TikTok has destroyed slang by Tommy NFG.
Slang has existed as long as the human language was made itself. And slang is so weird because it's really dependent on the environment you grew up in, and some people there may only understand it. Like in America, you can have one part of the country say slang completely different from another. Even internationally, it's...
Yeah, one thing I've seen is like memes of New York slang or Philadelphia and just other parts of the country where slang is far different.
Crazy different. Like, did y'all know in some parts of Asia, if you put your pinky in your nose, it's a crazy slur? Do not do it and post that shit online because it won't end well. And also,
that's a slur. I think it's some offensive word, but putting your pinky in your nose?
So, I completely made that up. Maybe don't be as good.
That explains it. I was about to say, like, that's offensive? If so, anytime I have stuck my pinky up my nose, I'm sorry.
Dumbass. But out of all social media apps, I feel like we can crown TikTok as the one that's popularized the most slang. Before that, I would say Vine had the most, but compare...
What are some known TikTok slang? Like goon, Riz, or was that Kai Cenat who made it? I'm really starting to think what TikTok slang's like. Unk. I feel like Unk's a good one. Now, like, I feel like if you caught me on a random day, I could name some, but right now my head's just going blank. I wish I knew.
Comparing Vine slang to TikTok is like comparing Mike Tyson versus a stuffed bunny. Vine was literally cooking up dog shit phrases that did not age well. When's the last time you heard someone say yeet, or the last time you heard someone say YOLO? I fully blame Vine for millennials being eternally stuck in 2016.
Oh my gosh, the cringe millennial videos.
Humor. It seems like every month we get a brand new slang set that becomes popularized off TikTok. Some manage to survive and be used on forever. Other ones, not so much.
Hey, yo!
Nah, that's sus, bro.
That's a crazy bar.
Wait, that's Riz?
That's a crazy
Riz?
bar.
Bro, that's Riz, but that's like sussy Riz.
That video was the final nail in the coffin for Riz. But nowadays on TikTok, and since TikTok got invented, it seems like whenever a new slang pops up, it gets utterly destroyed in less than a month and thrown in the graveyard. And there's a couple of reasons why.
God, people that type like this, hold up. Yo, like, this is how far we've come from language. Can you, like, and the fact that, like, you can understand this. I can't lie, this shit pissed me off for real right now, just shut your bitch ass up. Like, this is what language has become. Like, you know, I feel like, what's language gonna look like in 50 years time? How do you think people are gonna talk? You gotta think about it, because, like, we're already fucked in the head if we can read shit like this. Like, it's like, what possible slang could be used for the future? Like, what's slang that was used like 30 years ago that we still use today? You know what I mean? We have to think about that first. It's like, I don't know, I'm just thinking of really old slang. Like it could be anything. Oh, that's tough. Like, they didn't use that 30 years ago, but that's like now. Do you think that'll still be relevant? Because it's like, I can only imagine. I feel like some of our slang also kind of doesn't make sense. I mean, some of it does. Like, Riz is like for charisma, stuff like that. But where did goon come from? Where did munting come from? Where did all this new gen brain rot slang come from?
Be destroyed in less than a month and thrown in the graveyard. And there's a couple of reasons why. One being people who use it completely wrong. It's basically guaranteed now that whenever a slang...
Oh, like when your grandparents or your parents try to like use like modern slang to try to be hip with the youth. Yo, my dad searched up the definition of like brain rot terms, and oh my gosh, was it the most painful thing ever. I feel like I genuinely felt like I was on a different planet. The way he was talking and the way he was using the terms, it felt wrong. But I think that's just all old people using modern slang, because they don't know what it means. They don't really, they don't know what it means. And when they do use what it means, like, I feel like they use it like so literal. I feel like, well, if you say modern slang, do you say it like as a joke, like unironically, or do you actually use it because like that's how you talk? Because I feel like there's no way, like, people who actually use TikTok slang or modern slang in like the form of how they actually talk to people, I feel like, dude, you can't be real. You have to be on the internet 24/7, or just like you only talk to other people who are like you. Because there's no, like, when you talk, especially when you talk to people of different age gaps, how do you talk to your grandparents? How do you talk to your parents? You don't use your TikTok slang. And if you do, that's like, they're not going to know what the fuck you're saying, right? But if it's like talking to your younger sibling, you're going to have to use a couple of like new gen slang words, unless your younger sibling isn't on the internet as much, which I think is the best way for any child to grow up in today, especially with what goes on in the internet.
Slang pops off, people out there are gonna use it in the worst god-awful ways possible. It only started getting made fun of recently. An example is when people were saying stuff like,
Ah, man,
let's go raise up those W gats. Why is
Okay, see, no, when you say shit like that, no, that's when it's like, okay, that becomes a joke. No one actually says that. Let's riz some W gats. No one says. Like, I feel like if you say that, you have to be joking. You don't actually say that in your day-to-day life. You say that. Like, you would actually say, oh, look, let's riz some W gats. Are you fucking kidding me?
brother Unk crashing out and losing his aura?
Just saying bullshit and trying to keep up with the time.
Crash out. That was one that was lingering in my head. I forgot to say that one. Do you guys use crash out in your vocabulary? I feel like I kind of do. A lot of slang, it just like people start saying it out of nowhere, and I never really know where it comes from, and then I start saying it. And then now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering when I started saying any of these slang terms.
Seeing people say stuff like that might be worse than when an old person tries to use young slang. And since
Literally what I was talking about.
TikTok is so big, it overexposes the slang so much, people get tired of it. There's also a big argument of people saying TikTok slang shouldn't even be called that because it's completely ripped off. Most TikTok slang that becomes big comes...
What's this list? POV, I swear to God. I'm screaming, oomph. Is that one I should know? Caught in 4K, it's giving, Heather, simp, W, Riz, ratio.
From AAVE, aka African American vernacular. I don't think I have to really explain it by now. It's pretty much slang used in black communities around the US. And if you're black or grew up around black communities, you probably already grew up hearing these TikTok slang words. So when people who didn't grow up with using the words start trying to, it could sometimes end up coming off as, how do I explain it?
A complete abomination of a sentence.
Why did this TSR shit PMO? Is it not clocking that I'm hooting and hollering at you, gang?
Yeah, people who talk like this, I feel like I can't listen to what you're saying. It just sounds like they're talking just to talk, no? I feel like none of the words like sound like they correlate with each other. Like people who talk like this, it doesn't like, you know how you say words and they sound like they belong together in a sentence, and in a way, even if you don't know what the words mean, you can kind of grasp what someone's saying. I feel like when you say shit like this, it's like, okay, what are you even talking about?
Twin, do you hear me? Twin, you finna look like a YN crash out with those dreads? Like you finna blow my
Well, obviously this is satire. They're not being serious, but you get what I mean.
back out or something. Like, take it off.
If you look in any YouTube Shorts comment section, you'll pretty much get jump scared by this. Now, this isn't to say you gotta be black to use these words. I don't think that's the main argument from people. It's the fact that people who have no clue what they mean start spamming it and it ruins the whole slang.
Oh my gosh, yes. I knew a guy at my school who just kept on saying the word LARP, and he didn't even know what it meant. He just like, I know a kid who just goes up to people and says slang that he doesn't even fucking know. He just goes up to someone, he's like, LARP, you're LARPing. You're LARPing. LARP, LARP, LARP.
Eventually. A good example is glazing. Glazing was mainly used in places like Philly and New York, but then when Kai Cenat started saying it on stream, it started to become more mainstream and everyone started using it. At first, it was actually used for people who were glazing and...
Yeah, I feel like most of the, like, slang is from influencers or people who, like, actually use the term, and then it influences the younger audience that they attract to start saying it.
Overly dick riding someone or something. Not too long after it became mainstream, people started calling you praising anything glazing, to the point where the word lost all meaning. Even now, when someone decides to give credit or say they were inspired by someone, people immediately spam in their comments
saying, why are you glazing so hard?
Like, you literally cannot say you like anything online without someone saying you're glazing. Same thing with corny as well. TikTok has turned corny into a word that's just weaponized on anyone trying to be different. It's not like there aren't people or things that are actually corny and not funny.
Yeah, like this dude's a cornball. This guy, what's his name? Raul something? This guy's a loser. I've seen this guy's TikToks. He is a cornball. He is corny. Where he has like his imaginary girlfriend or like his imaginary wife or whatever, and he's like sexualizing himself. Like, no, this guy is corny. He's a cornball for sure.
But if you post, let's say you listening to maybe a more niche artist or playing a more niche game, if it's slightly out of the mainstream public opinion, they'll call it corny. And people are picking up on it now, saying Gen Z has gotta stop spamming.
Well, I feel like, what do you use corny for? I feel like you use it more so to make fun of people. These videos above this guy right here, I feel like I would just say this is cringe. I feel like people don't say cringe, it's corny now, but I still like cringe.
Everything is corny. Because you may not think it, but it truly shapes public opinion and makes everybody be a shell of themselves. Even not counting corny, our generation definitely has an overall image problem that links to this. It's like at the club how people don't want to go to dance anymore because they don't want to be caught, so they just sit in the corner filming selfie videos and drinking. Also, TikTok has a problem with slang being absolutely stretched to the max. I don't know how it happens or who starts it, but certain words get turned into a complete different meaning off people using it so wrong. A good example is POV. POV originally meant and still means the camera showing a person's view from their point.
Yup, all the TikTok skits. I think first time I've heard of POV was like the TikTok skits back in like 2020, 2018.
View. A good example being any Meta Glasses video. People on TikTok use POV for any scenario that happens though. It'll be a random ass scenario or script and they throw POV in front of it. You gotta think of it, a couple people using a word wrong has completely altered the way people use it on social media. That's crazy when you think about it, and it also shows how dumb we are because nobody says anything about it. Or when people say TS. All TS means is this shit, which you would think everyone should know by.
Yo, that's what I use TS for. I be hearing motherfuckers saying it's this. It means this. I'm like, no. Because that's just two. You're telling me you're so lazy you can't type 2 extra letters. Are you fucking kidding me? Just say it's this shit. Because it makes more sense. It's 2 words in the form of 2 letters. Why are we using it as a replacement for the word this? It's literally, you're that lazy you can't, like, type out 2 more letters.
By now, considering how much it's used and how many people say it in comment sections. But no, there's still people who use it completely wrong and don't get the meaning. A lot of times, the people who use it wrong think it means this. You can logically look at it and realize there's 2 separate letters. Why would people shorten the word this?
Exactly! It's 2 fucking letters. You really need to, you're that fucking lazy, you can't just drag your finger, like, this much across the screen just to press, like, the H or the I. There's no way you use it for that. It's just, like, I get, like, oh, you mistyped and, like, forgot to add the H. Like, you know how you type really fast on a phone and you miss a letter or 2 and words, like, are cut off short. You know what I mean? But, like, TS is a replacement for the word this. It's 2 letters. Matter of fact, take a minute. Look at your keyboard right now. Yeah, H and I are literally right next to each other. T is right across from H. It's not that hard.
And people were trying to spread around that
TS equals that shit / this shit.
It meant this as hard as possible. To the point where that itself became a meme. It's not that hard to research the meaning of a slang before saying it. I think this was the first time people really started recognizing how a slang changes directly in our faces. Because people were going in comment sections acting like experts when it was their first time using it. Another thing that destroys slang is when brands get involved in it. And if we're
like brands that try to use slang.
Being honest, also for any type of meme or joke they do on the internet. Every time a big brand uses a meme,
one company I do see use slang is like Duolingo. Like when Duolingo like makes those like skits or comments on random videos, like I've seen Duolingo use slang.
Everyone spams jokes over in the comments. Then after that, I swear, it's like a light switch flips. The whole meme disappears. Now that brands have learned to hire younger employees to run social media pages, it has gotten a bit better compared to the past. But no matter what, it's the aspect of a giant brand saying something like, "Hey guys, we sure cooked on this one." That just doesn't hit. The main reason is because we know they're doing it to keep their name relevant, and it's also a tactic.
Yeah, to appeal to a younger audience, because it's like you'd never expect like a big brand name to be like, oh, buy TS today. Oh, we cooked with this one. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to appeal, but it's just cringe.
To promote it to the youth, which everyone recognizes. I can't blame them in a way for trying because it's better off than not being on social media. But no matter what, everyone recognizes why you're here. The only time I would say this is work.
McDonald's CEO trying his burger. Holy pause. Dude, this is like, is he real?
In recent times is the whole McDonald's CEO burger meme, where all the CEOs recorded themselves eating their food to mock him.
Absolutely wonderful. That's a burger.
No fucking soul in that whatsoever. That's a burger. He couldn't have like, you know, been like, yo, if I was the CEO of like some food company and I had to try my own product, I'm glazing the fuck out of it. Are you kidding? I'm taking a bite of that shit. I'm like, oh, Oh yeah, no, this is it. This is the one. Buy this shit, please. You know, it's like you gotta glaze your own product. You gotta like actually like really like this shit was actually life changing. You gotta express this shit. You gotta be like, oh no, this changed my fucking life. This is why I started this company.
Not bad.
At all. I ain't see the RBCO eating his food is all I'm saying. What a lot of these brands also do now is they hire people to comment under videos. It could be simply a meme or something dealing with them. And since they comment with verified badges, their comments get pushed up to be seen first. People joke about it now, saying comment sections are now getting invaded by capitalism. And they really be thinking we be dying laughing behind the screen seeing the comments. This TikTok is a perfect recreation.
Okay, he ate with that. Investing at 50 likes.
I built this brick by brick.
Funny thing is with this TikTok,
I'm just here so I don't get fired. This play about us. Please, this is literally all I have.
is with this TikTok the whole
It's working though. Look at the likes.
comments
Sorry, real.
section got flooded.
Arizona iced tea. Okay. Okay. See, no, like this comment, like, dude, give it a rest.
Problem with brands became that too many were doing it. Before it would be some here and there doing it and cracking jokes. The best time I would say was when Wendy's back in 2017 was roasting people. Whoever
I remember this. This is what I remember from the original, like, brands posting. I remember I'd see, like, memes of, like, Twitter, like, replying to people. Or no, sorry. Wendy's replying to people on Twitter who are talking shit about Wendy's, and then they're, like, actually roasting them. I remember that. I remember seeing that.
came up with the idea to take the
Wendy's was the OG that did it.
Wendy's Twitter account and have it unleash on anyone talking was a genius. At the time, no one had seen something like this before, and that's why it worked so well. People genuinely at the time were scared to tweet at Wendy's because they wouldn't hold back, telling people to find new
At Wendy's, my friend wants to go to McDonald's. What should I tell him? Find new friends. Yeah, this is the shit I'd see back then.
friends, roasting other fast food brands. I wouldn't be surprised if all the memes from this bring hella people back to Wendy's. Now this type of come up couldn't happen with a brand. It's too played out. It would just be them trying to rip off some slang from TikTok and coming off as cringe. Also, because new slang words are dropping every month, a lot of people, even in Gen Z, are saying they're getting too old to keep up with it. Saying they got too
Bro,
old,
this is actually me though. Like sometimes I don't even know what some slang means. And I'd be searching it up. I'm like, yo, this is what we're using now. And then it doesn't make me feel old. It just like makes me feel like, okay, I can't keep up with just the slop that we're putting out right now.
to search up what the slang words mean. And I'm not gonna lie, I've definitely had to do this before. I guess at the ripe old age of 23, it's time for me to retire soon. Some of the slang words, though, are more of a TikTok thing compared to social media. If you mentioned it outside the app, people would look with the most confused face. One of them for me was LARPing. It seemed like the word came out.
Literally, the kid that called me a LARPer, or kept on saying the word LARP, I'm like, you don't know what that means. I learned what that means from the show Supernatural.
Out of nowhere. All I remember is one day people started randomly spamming I'm LARPing this and that in my Twitch chat. And now with LARPing, it's another one of those words that's been run dry.
Holy shit, is that John Berthal?
You show any type of hobby you
Sorry, that was just like out of nowhere. Is that the Punisher?
have and is gonna spam that you're LARPing it. There's literally creators on TikTok that break down new slang terms for people that don't understand. Most of the time it's probably millennials or older people watching it. I couldn't imagine being a teacher and the kids, probably millennials or older people.
Let a beat a butter butt. I don't think that's like slang kids actually. I think you're just probably figuring this out from like a 5-year-old who doesn't know how to say words that actually mean something yet.
Watching it, I couldn't imagine being a teacher and the kids in my class are spamming some new.
Oh my gosh, yes. Teachers, especially teachers of really young kids. Could you imagine the pain of that? Kids that have access to the internet. Like, I feel like, oh, that's bad. That must be terrible.
Random shit on the daily while I have zero clue what it means. They must have felt like they were in a psychosis when kids started yelling 6, 7, and class. Overall, after saying all this, I still think TikTok has had the best slang come out. Maybe in 10 years we look back like we do with Vine now and say it was cringe. Only time will tell. The only thing I ask y'all is to please use any type of slang, right? Or just Google search what it means, because I can't deal with this anymore. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time.
That was a great video by Tommy. Really great video. Yeah, that was a good video. Go ahead and follow me on Twitch. The more followers I have, or the more subscribers I have, I will start streaming on there. But as of right now, it's just me recording YouTube videos. Go ahead, go on Twitch. Go follow me there. Because I'm not gonna stream yet, because I feel like if I don't have like enough people watching me, then it's gonna go nowhere, and then I'm just wasting time streaming and recording, and it's just like I'd rather stream with at least an audience of some people. So if you can, go to the Twitch, right? Subscribe if you really like this video. Comment on what it is I should react to. A lot of views come from what you guys actually want to see.